Oh, there's some snow on the seat. I wonder if the air conditioning's working. This is disappointing. It's almost heartbreaking. What do we do?
Hotwire it.
Yeah. Grab the torch.
Yeah.
Got this master brake cylinder off my skidder. Tree Farmer, 1965. C5B, I'm pretty sure. These are old school type of master. Very common. Some have like a 4-bolt mount on them. You can have the line in or out or in on either side. Some actually plumb into the front there, but that I don't know if that one's fit for that. But anyway, you can run the line either there or there, depending on your application. This is the same master cylinder as what's on the Slave. So brake and Slave are the same. 29744, I believe. Wagner 29744. I've got other part numbers I will post on here. Now it's a little garbagey in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this through the ultrasonic cleaner. And we'll take a look inside that bore, make sure it's not too bad. And if it's all right, we'll rebuild it. You can buy these, but they're about $250, $300 Canadian, and that's just too much money. And as long as you can see that staining right there on the bore, as long as that pitting's not too deep, we can make that work. Now I did this the other day with one and got her working just fine. It's on my machine right now. I think I already did the brake caliper, so we're doing the no, I did the clutch master. Sorry. I did the clutch master already. Now this is the brake master. So we'll chuck it in, see how clean we can get this. I've got this big ultrasonic cleaner here. The key is to make sure that that is right in there, no bubbles. As far in the water as you can. I've got it nice and warm. I'm going to put it in for 15 minutes because that's cast iron. If that were like a softer metal, I wouldn't put it in as long, but we'll try to free up a bunch of goo in there. 15 minutes. I've already popped the piston and spring out of the master cylinder. I just thought I'd give you a rundown on the order. Got your retaining clip here, which is replaced by a circlip in the rebuild kit. Washer spacer. Got your piston. Almost looks like there's a part missing on that one. Got your little cup here. Spring. Looks like there's a little check valve in there. And then there's this little rubber washer that goes on the back of that. And that's the order of it. From the front, where your rod goes in off your pedal, and it goes all the way through. Sometimes you get that mixed up, and it's not so good. 29744, made in USA. Now I did take a wire brush to it, cleaned it up. The main thing you really want to do is clean up this surface in here, where it mounts to the machine, just so it goes in the way it's supposed to. Sometimes, you got to watch that it doesn't flash rust on the inside of that bore, but right now we're not really worried about that because we're going to hone that out. Still a little bit of ultrasonic compound in there. Not a big deal. Anyway, we cleaned it up. Sometimes that rust is a patina that actually kind of protects the surface of that. But you can take it off if you want to see the part number, right? No big deal. And also, you want to make sure that you sort of clean up this surface here as well. That's your mating surface for the cap. I don't know. We could probably machine that with hand machine it, if you will, make it a little tighter. But I'm not too concerned. It is underneath the cab of the engine cowling. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to hone this out. I'm going to use brake fluid to hone, and we're going to use this ancient hydraulic brake cylinder hone kit that I got from my buddy Todd. It was his grandfather's, who was a heavy-duty mechanic back in the, 40s, 50s, 60s. kind of thing. His grandfather passed away, and Todd knew that I rebuild things, and he doesn't, so he knew it'd go to a good home. This is a pretty cool kit, little different than what we're used to today. You know, you can go to the Canadian Tire or your Harbor Freight or wherever it is, and you get that 3-arm spring-mounted kind of hone that you stick in there, and it utilizes spring pressure to work the surface of the bore. This here is got a tapered surface on it, and as you crank, let me see. And these hones have a bit of a, you can see that taper in there. See that in there? As you push the sanding pads up, they extend further into the surface of the bore. Where are they? And those are the little angled surfacing pads. Very cool little system. Don't know if I could get replacement pads for them, but there's a really good supply in here. And I've had this kit for over 20 years now. Used it several times. So pretty sure my grandkids might be able to use this as well. So we'll give her a go, and I'll show you how to do this. That hydraulic brake cylinder hone is now attached to the drill. I'm going to lubricate the inside of this here with brake fluid, and we're just going to start working it. You want to do this on your slowest setting on your drill. You'll feel it when it's starting to get a little too dry. You just need to lube that up a little bit more. That's kind of the motion you want to keep there, because you want to leave a crosshatch pattern in there to keep the fluid on the walls as the little rubber disc is moving back and forth. That's a hard thing to get a shot of. But, you know, what you can do is you can run your finger inside there, see if there's any pitting. Any deep pitting you can't get out. That's where the fluid's going to escape, right? So that's actually pretty good in there. I'm going to give her a little bit more, and then I'm going to use a finishing pad on there as well, just to finish it up real nice. Harder than heck to see in there. There you go. A little bit of pitting right there. That'll work that too. The master cylinder kit, Raybestos MK1 21201. You can see that right there. We've cleaned this up really well. I don't think we're going to have an issue with this. Make sure you blow it out with some air. Get it nice and cleaned up. No pitting on the inside. Use nice clean brake fluid. And what we'll do is we'll lubricate the inside of that right now. And then we'll install that kit. It's like new. And that's the order that kit's gonna go in. It just sits up in there like that. I'm short of hands today. I don't have my son here holding the camera, so you have to just bear with. You can stand everything up, and then you just insert it like that up inside the master cylinder, and then you hold it in place with this cup. The cup is facing inside the cylinder, and push everything up to keep tension on it so this little washer doesn't fall down on you, right? And then we'll insert this piston. The piston itself goes in like that as well. Pushes in. Make sure you lube up this surface. That's in. I put a liberal amount of, I don't like to say liberal too much. I don't like that word. But yeah, I put a lot of fluid in there. And I'm just putting that cup in there now. goes in. Place. Still have fluid on my fingers. Now I'll put a little bit right behind here. There we go. So your rebuild kit's in, put your washer over top of that. Okay. Put a little bit of brake fluid in there. Get in behind that. Put my cap on. That's it. Yeah, just make sure that circlip is pressed all the way in, and then you can. Too slippy now. There we go. I apologize for the bad video quality. We usually don't roll like that here, but I need to get this on the machine tomorrow because we have snow and I need to start skidding logs. So I just want to make a quick video. You guys could get a little bit of a look at how you can rebuild something instead of going out and buying it. That kit cost $20. To buy that whole thing was $300 plus shipping. No good. Come back for more. Actually starting to get the Power Mod shop cleaned up. Rolling out my sleeves. Works out of here too, right? Got the exhaust for the skidder. That was a 3-inch down to a 2-inch. I have no idea why. So I made it 3-inch all the way through. Had to cut it apart, mess around with the baffles. Had to weld up some new exhaust pipes. Don't look at my welds, boys. Don't judge. All right.